Hello SMITE fans, welcome to our second set of the night. This one between the top placed deadweight and the bottom ranked Corvidae. I'm Husey. Joining me on the commentary desk for this one is Parathis. Parathis, obviously a tale with two very different stories at the moment between these teams. One at the top ladder, one at the bottom. Do you expect that trend to continue tonight?
To put it quite simply, yeah, I don't really have that high expectations. I think deadweight are going to quite significantly take this game out and remain at the top of the ladder. It's something that Corvidae need to really just step up, obviously because they are quite a new team into the OPL. I don't think they can come into their second week now and take out the top team. I doubt it, but going into picks and bans in a second, hopefully they can have a decent draft and set themselves up for a good game.
So Ratatoska here banned out by deadweight as the first ban. Really what you'd expect, Ratatoska just allowed in the competitive scene. I pretty much expect this to be first ban, first pick material every single game. It's just super strong at the moment. We saw Insight played against Llamas and Pajamas. So much mobility, so much damage, so much control. It's really something you just either have to first pick or ban it away straight away. Raijin now banned away by Corvidae. This is the only god in the OPL that has a 100% pick and ban rate.
100%. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. It's so strong. Either you pick it up or you ban it. There's no in between. You can't leave it there. If it's open, you're going to pick it, and if it's something you don't really want to play against, obviously you would ban that away. Athena getting banned, also quite a high ban and pick rate.
Yeah, 97%. 97%. Athena's been banned away more than she's been picked. A lot of control coming out of the Guardian, a lot of global presence as well. Raijin's also been banned more than he's been picked. Amaterasu now banned away by Corvidae. This is pretty interesting to me. Amaterasu hasn't seen a lot of play this split. And has performed pretty much evenly in terms of wins and losses. Cabrakan here, the first pickup by deadweight. Now, this does not surprise me at all. There's a debate in last game between the two casters about who's a better Cabrakan, Beast or Shred. Shred has a lot of experience with Cabrakan, something he's found a lot of success with, obviously, since they're undefeated. Guan Yu and Janice now picked up by Corvidae. Now, Guan Yu, again, very high pick ban percentage, 97%, but it's been banned more than it's been picked. 67% of the time it's been banned.
That's surprising, to be honest. Obviously you see Guan Yu banned a lot, but I can remember significantly a lot of games where he's been played. Very surprising fact that, of course, Giannis was locked in as well for Corvidae. Ao Kuang and Barkus locked in for deadweight as well. Ao Kuang, another fairly commonly picked or banned jungler. Thor getting locked in for Corvidae as well.
Thor, another high pick ban percentage. I just want to touch on Barkus here quickly. Now, Barkus has been played in about a quarter of the total games in the OPL. It's actually had very good success, but he's never been banned away. He's only been picked, which is really surprising to me, considering you have players like Biggie and Weave who have very good Barkuses that they're not going to ban those away. Arnhe here being banned away by Corvidae, trying to take that out of HS247's hands.
And something that I was just acknowledging as well, Barkus was locked in, but Epri is still on the board. We did see Athena and now Geb getting banned. Corvidae can look to pick that one up if deadweight don't look to ban it away. There's a few other things they need to pick up here for deadweight, and that's going to be their ADC and also potentially their mid laner as well, because Ao Kuang won't be mid. So look to ban another Hou Yi focused towards HS.
Well, Hou Yi, another very high pick ban percentage god, has actually been the most picked god in the entire OPL. So taking that one away from HS247, again, another smart move by Corvidae. Apollo here taken away by deadweight. So both sides looking to take away strong picks from the duo lane. We actually see that Corvidae forced into a Xbalanque here.
Yeah, I like the Xbalanque. Of course, just looking at the lineup and the roster for Corvidae, they have a lot of global presence. Thor, of course, with the Anvil of Dawn, Giannis through space and time. Xbalanque also has that Darkest of Nights, which affects the entire map and everyone on the side of deadweight. It causes a lot of disorientation in team fights. In lane, of course, it's extremely late game, so expect interesting picks here for deadweight, but yeah, expect a lot of late game things to come from Xbalanque if Corvidae can even get to that point.
That's exactly right. If they can get to that point, deadweight probably not going to allow them to get near that stage. The Neith and Ula pick up here. I expect this means Neith will go mid, Ula ADC. The final pick here from Corvidae is going to be a Sobek. With the Ula pick, I'm not entirely certain what Deadweight are looking to do here, other than the fact that pretty much every other ADC has been banned out, and so they feel like they have to play the Gawler. Then again, though, they did pick the Neath mid, could have put that in the ADC role. Agony really strong on mages. We haven't seen him play Hunter terribly often. We've seen him play Soul a couple of times, which is very analogous to an ADC. So I'm very interested to see what Deadweight does with this double Hunter composition. We've seen it played before in the OPL. Insight really big pushes of that kind of style of play. So we'll have to see if Deadweight can find the same success on that composition that Insight have.
And speaking of their comp as well with the duo ADCs, they have the Spirit Arrow, they have that World Weaver, a lot of CC coming from the Neath, as well as that Aula. Aula has back stun, which is, if you can land that in a team fight, or even in lane, stun them inside the minion wave or whatever you're trying to do, it's a lot of CC that they have, as well as they have Shred and Weave with the stun, the Intoxicate, the Belly Flop. Just looking at the CC, they have a lot of team fight potential, individual kill potential, and it's going to be Corvidae's probably their biggest opponent to verse in this game, so a lot of beads are already picked up for Corvidae. They don't want to deal with any of that.
So looking at their side as well, we can see that both the Thor and the Janus have gone for double pot start here. So they're looking to really pressure out the Neath and Ao Kuang. And Ao Kuang doesn't have the best early game clear, only got a solo as well, hasn't got a power pot, so he's going to be struggling a little bit here at the start. So Olimar and Desecrated need to really push their advantage here. The Thor wall does give very good setup for the Unstable Vortex that Desecrated is going to be looking to hit with his Janus.
Expect a lot of early game aggression coming through in the mid lane. Agony playing Neath as well. Neath, I mean, obviously compared to something like a Xbalanque very late game, how does Neath fit in the different sections of the game, early, mid, and late?
Well, particularly in the mid lane, as soon as she hits level 5, she starts to control a lot of the map. Obviously, her World Weaver, a very big global ultimate, but it can actually reach both of the side lanes a lot faster from the mid lane rather than the duo lane, and it's a little bit easier to find targets on it as well. We've seen teams like Paradigm especially push this Neath mid, Lobster playing it very handily for that side, as well as that, just a lot of early pressure. Like, Neath's one of the best early game hunters, probably only more outcleared by an Anha.
Olimar taking very low. Spirit Arrow to connect with Desecrated, taken down to about half health is Agony, and only got it solo with that Unstable Vortex combo. Olimar just going to have to back away, being very careful. You did mention that he has picked up that red pot, so if he were to lose first blood there, that would have been a massive gold detriment to their team.
Exactly right, and being behind against Deadweight is never something you want, and especially being behind to an Ao Kuang is very, very bad. Ao Kuang particularly comes on in the mid to late game when he's able to just burst people down in 2 shots. You know you're gonna have a bad time. One thing interesting here is Olimar's actually behind in farm to only good at solo early, which is not something you'd expect a Thor to be doing, particularly a Thor power pot.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Ogre does not even have a purple pot of his own, so very surprising to say the least there. Although it is only 2 minutes into this game, really, as soon as you are playing Thor, you hit level 5, you're looking to gank a lane, so he could look to maybe gank as soon as he hits 5, but Ogre, when he hits 5, he's going to have that execution threshold, and if anyone's low in the left or right side of the map, you need to be very, very careful, and your awareness has to be on point, because you can't let an Ao Kuang just come into your lane and get a kill.
Oh, in the solo lane, KO nearly taken down there by the combination of the World Weaver ult from Agony and Shred with those tremors, but luckily he's able to get away. We haven't really touched on here having a Sobek in the solo lane, while the Guan Yu has gone into the support role. So Kadesification has played this Guan Yu in the support role before. I actually really like the Sobek against the Kabrakan. You have the tail whip, you've got the pluck to disrupt him during his tremors, which is when he gets a lot of his minion wave damage off, as well as that a Sobek in the solo lane. Start to get him rolling a little bit earlier, and he starts to become quite tanky very early on. Means he can be a big disruptive force in team fights.
Are we going to see, obviously when we see Shred, we see a lot of these on Kabrak, and we see a lot of these damage items. You see your Void Stone, your Soul Reaver. KO playing the Sobek in that solo lane. Do you think he's going to be building into more of a damage build, or do you think he's still going to stick with that same tanky support build?
He'll build a little bit of damage. You'll see it in items like a Void Stone. Maybe he'll probably get a Soul Reaver later on as well.
Left side, Ogre has hit level 5, and on the other side, Olimar has also got that Anvil of Dawn online. We do see the buffs respawning, so we do see our mid laners, they're going to be picking up a little bit more damage with that red buff, and going to have even more damage to clear the way and do even more towards their opponents.
Speed buff here being aggressed upon by Shred. KO and Olimar looking to defend this objective. Desecrator is here as well. Pulls down Shred. Shred's taking a lot of damage here.
And there's that ultimate down, coming down, lurking in the waters. Weaves over here in the water. Olimar taking very low, but it's going to be only good at solo. He finds the kill onto Desecrator. Only good at solo. Still trying to chase down the members of Corvidae. But they do manage to pick up the speed buff and the first blood, and now they're looking to take the right side tier 2. Not tier 2, should I say blue buff. It's a bit early for the tier 2.
Yeah, so only good at solo getting the first kill. He's famous for getting a lot of kills. He's a very bloodthirsty jungler. You know, last week he nearly broke the record for most kills in a competitive Smite match.
Peace.
Yeah.
All the kills.
So we're actually going to have to go ahead and take a quick break here, folks. We shouldn't be more than about 5 minutes, so just bear with us through this quickly. Yep. Tell us when to go. Hi guys, we are back. Thank you very much for sticking with us through that technical difficulties here. Back into game we go. Deadweight up 1 kill in this match.
Yeah, after that quick little kill on the right-hand side, stealing away the blue buff and the speed buff, of course, finding that first blood as well. Taking a look into our graphs, we see a 2k gold, an almost experience lead already in favor of Deadweight. And Corvidae have drafted quite the late-game team. This isn't something you want to see if you're drafting for that late-game team.
Well, they have the Thor, which is supposed to be, you know, helping them get through that early game, and it really hasn't thus far, especially with the power pot. Hasn't had the impact you'd like to see. Hasn't used his ultimate yet, and he's almost 1,000 gold behind his counterpart, only good at solo, who's playing a much later game character in Ao Kuang.
Left side mid camps, Ogre looks to try and take those onto way. It's a 3-man grouping for both of our teams. Again, this is the perfect kind of opportunity that Corvidae need to really go up, playing that Thor Emblem of Dawn, crash onto the aggressing members of Deadweight, potentially try and get a kill and take advantage of that early game Thor. They are a bit behind, but they still could look for something here, and that's what Weave's going to do. He's going a lot of damage with that Intoxicate, but nobody falls down. Olimar taken extremely low in that mid lane, forced to teleport away.
Okay, so at this stage of the game, Corvidae can get away with that kind of positioning and that kind of the lack of situational awareness they had there. They can get away with that. 5 minutes more into the game, even 2 minutes more, that Thor is dead because of the damage that is going to be coming out of the Barcus and the Ao Kuang. At this stage, though, not too bad, but honestly, Corvidae really need to step it up.
Desecrator half health. No man has to back away here. Just taking a look into gold in hand. He has just under 600, so if he's forced to back away here, he's pretty much got nothing to buy when he backs. 600 gold building into Shoes of the Magi. Could be looking to build into Book of Thoth if he wants to go for more of a safer stacking item rather than that Doom Orb, because he's already 1 kill behind.
A Book of Thoth I like as well on a Janus. It means you have a lot more mana to use, and it means you can use your portals more often and you don't have to really worry about conserving your mana. It means you can use your thresholds as well. Gold Fury, he started here by Deadweight very early on here. Not much warded here for Corvidae. Deadweight steal. Olimar comes crashing down though. He's looking for Weave, but he's not going to be able to find it. Case sticking to him, shredding the protections, but Weave heals himself up a little bit with Salvation. Trilogy though picks up a kill, and that is excellent news for Corvidae, getting a kill onto the Gibelanke and building up those passive stacks.
That's exactly what they wanted, to get that kill. As you said, getting those passive stacks. Now it's going to be an opposite turn. You'd see before the first blood. We saw those buffs getting picked up. Olimar's in a good position here. Well, all of Corvidae are in a good position to maybe take away the buffs, but it might have taken a bit too long. Shred still lurking around in this right side map. Could be looking to take away the blue buff once again, but he has 4 members hotly rotating onto him. He needs to be very careful here.
He's 3 levels above Olimar, though, so he can pretty much act with impunity here. It's going to take almost the entire team of Corvidae to be able to take down that Kabrak, and he's got Mark of the Vanguard, and he's got Dynasty Platehelm, so he's got so much physical protection at this point in the game, and he's also got a lot of power and penetration online as well. Shred evading in case and KO here, though. KO executed by Only Good Solo. Weave picked up the kill onto Casification as well. This is what Shred does. He just baits the enemy team into bad positions. Only Good Solo picks up a double kill here as Olimar was looking to secure his own blue buff, but now his speed buff will be taken away as well. Deadweight, absolutely pitch perfect execution.
There's nothing they can do. They get knocked up by the Barkers. Weave is it so well, as you've mentioned. Why do they not ban this Barkers? He hasn't been banned at all. If you can ban away this Barkers, which has been setting up every single, or almost every single one of the kills, 1 kill, 3 assists, so he's been in every single fight, knocking up. You also have Agony. Doesn't even matter if he's not in the team fight. He can world weave across the map. Ogre's there. Shred's there with that CC. They have so much potential to take these kills. And Corvidae just getting caught out of position, getting stuck in a team fight that they just can't win.
I think as well the Bacchus ban would be much better than the Geb ban, than the Anho ban, which Corvidae banned away. Instead, I can understand the Hou Yi ban. Hou Yi's very, very strong. The Anho, however, performs well in the early game, but falls off in the late game compared to something like Gibelanke. So if you're going to be picking a Gibelanke, you know you're going to be losing the laning phase to pretty much anyone anyway. As you mentioned, Thor up in the sky here, looking for something onto Deadweight. He's just trying to escape, and yeah, he is. Just goes back into lane. So that's a huge team fighting ultimate down for Corvidae now as well. And you've got to look at the map, and they've got hardly any wards down in, kind of leading into that mid lane position. Casification taking a lot of damage here from Weave. Intoxicate, not quite enough to pick up the kill.
And now Agony's coming in, does use that hammer a bit too early, doesn't find any damage, but here comes Shred in the ultimate, knocking down Olimar under the tier 1 tower, finds the kill onto Olimar, and now they're looking to pressure their lead. Darks of Nights coming down in that left-hand side and maybe make sure HS can't dive. Left side, we do see the red buff getting stolen away here by a Deadweight, and they're just denying all farm whatsoever for Corvidae. They just can't find any team fight kills. They can't find any of their own buffs. If they go in lane, they're just going to die. Weave diving this left side tower trilogy, force the dash away. Agony just misses that spirit arrow, and now the rest of Corvidae are here.
That was a really good through space and time there from Desecrator, looking for an unstable vortex onto Weave. Not going to connect, but that through space and time was perfectly positioned there because it got all of his teammates out into the area where Deadweight was looking to pressure and force them away from killing Trilogy, and even force them off the tier 1 tower that they could have potentially looked to take.
I feel like Deadweight are just copying off of each other. Just have a look at the build. We see Ogre and Shred have got Magi's, and then they've gone straight into Dynasty Platehelm. Both the ADCs, Agony and HS, have gone straight into the Golden Bow, which you usually see, and then a Masamune as well, just pressuring their early game lead.
I like this Masamune pickup here from HS 247. So the Masamune passive is you deal additional physical power damage against gods with more maximum health than you. And if you look at Corviday's lineup, the Thor is going to have more maximum health, the Sobek's going to have more maximum health, and the Guan Yu's going to have more maximum health. So he can look to take down those targets really easily. The kind of underrated thing about Masamune as well, though, is it's 50 physical power. So he's already got 100 physical power online. The blue buff now being invaded again by Deadweight. Olimar taking so much damage from that world we've only got it solo, just barely unable to secure that kill. Casification dashing away under his own tower, but Deadweight just walking in Corvidae's jungle with impunity here, dictating the terms and the pace of this game, which is not a good sign at all for Corvidae.
Agony did a great job of making sure that Desecrator couldn't come and take, maybe even try and secure his own speed buff. And now they're going to be pressuring this tier 1 tower mid. They have a full minion wave here. Agony's in a very safe position here. Olimar doesn't have that Anvil of Dawn for another 60 seconds. So it's going to be an easy tier 1 tower for Agony and a little bit of extra gold and lead in favor of Deadweight. Olimar missing the wall and the hammer. 4 levels ahead, you can't really be walking into an ETH.
Absolutely not. She does so much damage at this point, and especially, like, as we mentioned, the Masamune and Golden Bow combination, you've already got 100 physical power online. You compare that to Trilogy, who's only got 75 online at this point, and 5 of that is from his passive stacks as well. His ordinary items, he's only got 70. So the Neat's going to be doing a lot of damage at this point, as there's hardly any physical protection been picked up from the side of Corvidae. HS247 there, cops a double tap from Olimar, through space and time, just barely off the mark there. And Desecrator misses the portal, but only got a solo in the backline, looking for Corvidae. He's 1v4 here. He's got an execute. He blinks through, and he's not looking to find a fight here, as the rest of his team's not here. Trilogy walked at him there, and he's very lucky he dashed away. Otherwise, Ogre had a free kill.
And now Weave is lurking around the jungle again. Could be looking to try and back up, only got it solo. But Fury has now respawned, and that's the next objective that Deadweight are going to take. And after that fight, Ogre did a great job. He had to force the back for Corvidae. They don't even know this is going on because of the wards, because they've all just backed. It's going to be another free Gold Fury in favor of Deadweight. And I mean, just taking a look at the graphs after these last few fights, and the 2 objectives have taken 8,000 experience, ladies and gentlemen, and 7,000 gold in favor of Deadweight. Only 13 minutes into this game, and we see another fight here breaking out. Shred looking to go onto K's, down to about a quarter health. Over the wall goes Ogre, trying to find the damage onto Olimar. Under the tower, finds it before Olimar can get that Anvil of Dawn off. And K's still lurking around here.
Trilogy's caught between his tower and the rest of Deadweight here. Pushes away. HS doesn't connect with the Axon. Weave jumps over the wall, looking to find an intoxicating here. KO is here, but he knocks out Weave and away from the tower. Shred, though, he's not afraid to dive the tower. He's level 15, and he's really tanky. He's looking for KO, but not going to find a stun on him here. Weave pulled back into the tower, and this could be bad for the support from Deadweight. Uses Intoxicate. Desecrator portals him through. Casification picks up the kill with a cavalry charge, and now Shred being targeted by Corvidae, who successfully defend the Tier 1 tower. A minor victory, but at least they've got something in the win column.
Exactly, only finding a kill off of that, but they do defend their left side Tier 1, and Trilogy is just going to be pushing up his wave here. Level 13, just trying to get to that late game as fast as possible. He's gone for the Ninja Tabi here, and then building into that Bound Gauntlet. Is that going to be a Blood?
That'll be Soul Eater.
Yeah, Soul Eater.
Soul Eater.
Yeah.
That's kind of now the standard lifesteal item on ADCs. Everyone's kind of woken up to the fact that the passive on it is super strong. Fight over here at the right-hand side. Midcamp's only got it solo. Is shut down by KO, but Agony gets a return kill onto Desecrator. Olimar looking very low here. Manages to teleport out of the damage. His Shred knocked back by KO, who's chasing down the kill now, but Agony's here keeping his solo laner alive. KO, target of a lot of the damage here from Agony, but he's a Sobek. He should be able to get away. The root, though, from Agony does a lot of damage. Casification heals up the damage, and now both sides disengage.
Shoutouts to Shred getting out on 30 HP. Honestly, if KO did not use the pluck at that point in time, he would have not thrown him away. Might have actually found the kill, but Shred getting away on 30 HP, making his 1, 0, and 6 KD. Flawless. Right side blue buff is going to be finally picked up by Corvidae, trying to come back into this game. KO, he's not been having the worst game. Obviously, he's been trying to come in and help his team, but his team has just been wiped out before he can even have any kind of impact. But, I mean, as soon as late game comes, or if late game can come for KO, their team can really work well together.
I'm just taking a look at player damage at this point, and Shred's on top as you'd expect, but Desecrator's in 3rd place. Now, Shred's gone for a pretty early Gem of Isolation here. I thought he might have gone some magical defense, but I actually really like this. It means he's going to be able to slow the enemy team. Desecrator, speaking of, gets absolutely bursted down by Deadweight in between right-hand side towers. KO uses the Sanctuary and tries to get in his ultimate to get away, but Agony gets the kill onto Casification. Dark Knights comes out as HS is trying to solo Trilogy over on the left-hand side as the rest of his team takes the Tier 1 tower. HS Soul Eater is popped. There's the Purification coming out from Trilogy. HS trying to box him here, but Trilogy is winning this fight. Good Sanctuary from HS keeps him alive, and now he's diving between the minions and he jumps away just barely. But Trilogy wins that fight. Nonetheless, though, Deadweight win the fight over on the right-hand side, take the Tier 1 tower, and now they're looking for the Tier 2 tower. This double ADC comp means they can pressure lanes like this so effectively.
They have a full minion wave, and as you said, they have Agony over here while Chos is in that left side. They pick up the Tier 1 and the Tier 2 through space and time. Used a little bit too late there. So they know that that global ult's going to be down for about another 60 seconds. Going into almost 17 minutes into this game. Oh, Shred still going in here in the Phoenix. Shred staying okay. Shred thinking that he can dive 4 members after his team's already backed out. Okay, it's a solid play. No?
You know, I can respect it. I can respect the call there. You know,
I see
I'm so far ahead. I'm 2 levels ahead of the next highest, of the highest player on the enemy team. Trilogy just hit level 16. Then I can do this, but didn't quite work out from there. I think there was probably some miscommunication. I think his team was looking to go in there and then decided against it, but Shred for some reason didn't get the call. A fight breaking out over the red buff here, but Corvidae go ahead and secure that. And now Deadweight looking for the tier 1 tower on the left-hand side. And honestly, Trilogy can't really stop them. Tries to, and is immediately eaten by the dragon that is only got a solo.
And Gold Fury spawning in about 20 seconds. They can easily go for this one after they back out. Olimar using the Anvil of Dawn. I like it just in case Deadweight were looking to pressure that tier 2. It was a good call by them to back off, take the tier 1, wait for their team to go back, spend their items, maybe reset, wait for this Gold Fury to spawn. But at least they know that the, not the Iron Monster, should I say, the Anvil of Dawn is down for about another 50 seconds before they go for another fight. And that's huge for Deadweight, as they know that they can go for Gold Fury fairly easily, knowing that that's not going to come out of the skies.
Agony here has picked up the Executioner. Now, a lot of people might be wondering why pick Executioner here. Executioner has recently been changed, and I would say buffed in the most recent patch to have come out. So now, instead of having to get 4 stacks and getting a total of 32% physical protection reduction, you now only have to get 3 stacks, and you get 12% protection reduction per stack. So that is, more protections are reduced at max rank, and more protections are reduced per stack. Gold Fury started by Deadweight here. Casification looking to steal. There's the cavalry charge, but Deadweight are committing to this through space of time. Doesn't land on the Gold Fury. Deadweight secure that. Casification knocked up. Shred doing so much damage here, but Casification salvations away most of the damage. Corvidae looking to re-engage. KO down in the ultimate. Agony backflips, heals up, but cops a ton of damage. He's sprinting away. Sanctuaries as Desecrator is trying to look up to pick up the kill along with KO, but they're unable to secure it. Only got a solo, diving the backline of Corvidae, picks up one, HS picks up the other one. They're looking for Trilogy here. Desecrator picks up Agony in the end. Trilogy Sanctuaries away the damage beautifully, but he got nowhere to run now. He's trapped in the pit, dashing away. Only got a solo. Can he find the kill?
Fox!
He does. But HS saves his teammate there as he's trying to body block KO away from his jungler. Only got a solo. Running away. KO taking too much damage at this point. He tail whips, but HS gets himself a kill. A D aside. 5-for-1 trade here. Tier 2 tower gonna fall. Deadweight fully in the driver's seat of this game.
Absolutely perfect. You could not have asked for a better team fight, in my opinion. You had Ogre just diving the backline, making sure that the Trilogy and Kaze could not even do anything. Under the tower, Olimar might be in some trouble, but he has to teleport away. Kaze doing a good job at defending the remainder. And they're just going to have to back away here. They can maybe look for a tier 2 in mid. That's the only objective really they have left to take. I think it's wise to just back away, spend the gold from that fight. But great zoning potential for Deadweight. Pretty much guaranteed them that fight. Completely split up Corvidae to have a 3v2 fight, muchly in favor of Deadweight. And they almost got a almost 5-man flawless victory in that team fight.
I'm looking at Shred's build here as Deadweight started the Fire Giant. Got a Rod of Asclepius. He's got, that's extra movement speed for him, extra magical power, actually a really large amount of magical power with 75, and a big chunk of health here, so that's just going to allow him to do Kabrakan things even better, and this Fire Giant buff is going to help him as well, so he can run up and hit you much quicker, he can hit you harder, and also the health regeneration of all his allies is increased, and that includes HP 5. Weave knocks up Casification, there's the Intoxicate, oh my goodness! There was a Soul Reaver and a Kabrakan damage there, and the Guan Yu was wiped off the face of this earth. Deadweight here, grouping as 5, looking for the tier 2 tower in the mid. There's a Dark Knights from Trilogy to peel away. Only got a solo. Desecrator throws out an unstable Vortex, but it does no damage here to Shred. He's got so much health. Shred looking for some more damage here, trying to stun a target, can't find one. Olimar takes so much damage. KO down the ultimate, hits HS 247, but Agony takes down the tier 2 tower in the mid lane, and now the Phoenix is the target for Deadweight.
They can easily pressure this one. Kaze is going to be spawning in about 10 seconds, so they need to do this very, very fast. They do have the duo ADCs and that Fire Giant buff. Through space and time, missing everyone, but Weave stunned out KO with a nice block, pulling Weave back into the tower. Agony finds one onto KO, and under the Phoenix, Trilogy's in some trouble himself. Shred finds that one with the Tremors, and that knock-up Weave doesn't find anyone. Still trying to pressure this Phoenix here are the 5 members of Deadweight. Desecrator doing some amount of damage to try and defend that, but Shred's still going back and finds a double stun there, and they get obliterated there. Weave finds one, Agony finds another, and they're looking to close out this game here, trying to pressure the Titan here. Olimar's the only member alive, spins the win, but doesn't find anything too much under the Phoenix. Has to be forced to heal under the Fountain as well, and that's almost going to be game there for Deadweight after a very impressive team fight, taking that Phoenix and then ending the game, QZ.
Not just an impressive team fight, impressive performance all round there for the currently top-ranked team in OCE. And if that game is any indication, they're looking to hold on to that position for quite a while. There's excellent execution all round from all parties, Shred especially. I mean, Beast said it, you know, Cabrakan, not terribly hard to play. You press 1, you press 2, and you run at the backline, but still, Shred did a above-average job there, I would say, on the Cabrakan. Only good at solo, played excellently as well. But I think my kind of real MVP of that game was Weave. A very underrated player, got a lot of key knockups, got a lot of damage off, and just was a really good. It's just been a really good addition to this team.
He set up the first 4 kills in the game for Deadweight, which, in my opinion, pretty much won them that entire game. They destroyed early game, all thanks to Weave. He hit the most perfect knockups, hit the most perfect stuns, setting up his entire team, even giving Ogre a few kills, which really made him just snowball till that destructive endgame that he achieved. Going into game number 2, we'll be back in just a second for you guys. Make sure you guys stay tuned.